Welcome to the Roasted Snow Horror Show,
where fear and dread go head to head.
Welcome to the show, where the screams collide, where blood runs cold, and the shadows hide. Each week a fight, two films will clash. Last week's champ, will it burn to ash? The Roasted Snow Horror Show, where fear and gore will always flow. One film wins, one must go. The Roasted Snow Horror Show. Lights go down, the fight begins. Which nightmare takes the final win? You pick your side, we'll break it down. The Roasted Snow, the goriest showdown.
and here are your hosts.
Chris and Ryan!
Welcome everyone to the Roasted Snow Horror Show. I'm your host Ryan Roston. Everybody thinks my last name is Roasted. With me is fucking Scorpion. So, my guy Snowman is now Scorpion. So, that was really good. So we are continuing video game week with the recently released Mortal Kombat 2, which is not really horror, but we're gonna call it horror for this show because it's fucking fun and we weren't not gonna cover it. So obviously it's a sequel. The first one came out, I believe, during COVID. Like there was a loose theatrical release and then it went to HBO Max. I remember watching it on HBO Max. And we'll obviously get into the first one and kind of what this one's all about. But I gotta say, this is a rare one where I don't think you necessarily need to see the first one to see this one. It's strange because there's a lot of info in the first one, but if
all you really need to know is that Kung Lao had, spoiler alert, Kung Lao had been killed in the first one, and so had Kano, because that kind of feeds into what's going on here. But to your point, yeah, you don't really need to see much of the first one at all. Because, fun fact, the first one, the tournament didn't even happen.
No, that was my biggest beef with the first one. So for you guys that don't know, the first Mortal Kombat movie, obviously it was the first one since Annihilation, which you called an abortion. So listen to our episode that we did on Wednesday for worst horror video game adaptations. This one was on it. Mortal Kombat 1, so it comes back out. They obviously modern budget. Not really modern stars. There's a lot of unknowns in this movie.
Yeah,
but basic premise of this is they walk you right through it. They're like, hey, Outworld has won 9 straight Mortal Kombat tournaments. They win the 10th, and they get to legally invade Earthrealm. That's basically the whole crux of the entire series. Is that the Elder Gods have they put this fighting tournament, Mortal Kombat, and if you win 10 straight times over your opponent, you get to invade that world. So Outworld, run by Shao Kahn, who is not in the first movie. The first movie, the main antagonist is Shang Tsung, and basically the whole movie is a setup. They're trying to find Earth's mightiest heroes to be champions in this tournament, and that's where you get the favorites. You know, you meet Liu Kang, you meet Kung Lao, Kano is recruited for this, Sonya Blade, Jax, and then what was very divisive on this is the main story consists of them recruiting this MMA fighter named Cole Young. And he is a descendant of my guy Scorpion. He is in that, and they spend a ton of time on this and kind of his family life. And I'm interested to get your opinion on this because it's divisive, because everybody always asks, and I asked it too. I'm like, how are fucking mortals from Earth in this? Like, how do they have fire powers? How do they have, blades that swing out? How do they have a fucking spinny hat that they can do? And in this movie, they explain it as their arcana, which basically, it has to come out of them when they are in a vulnerable state, in a fighting position. So, for instance, Jax, unfortunately, in the first movie, gets his arms frozen by Sub-Zero and shattered. So he gets these little dinky robot arms. When he finds his Arcana, they become these massive fucking, shit bricks that he can just fucking. What's your take on the Arcana part of the story?
I go back and forth, and I say that because one of the cool things about Mortal Kombat, if you guys are familiar with the games, and if you're not, what rock have you been living under? You don't need to explain where the power comes from. Like since the beginning, since Mortal Kombat, Raiden is, he's the god of thunder, right? So that kind of explains his. But you don't need to know why Liu Kang can shoot a fireball out of his hands, and why Johnny Cage can do a shadow kick, and why Sonya Blade can shoot the rings from her wrist. Like I never thought that it was paramount to understanding what was happening in the story. That said, I mean, it's okay to me that they kind of, because what they did too is they tied that these people, these warriors, they're kind of the chosen ones, right? That's why they get the dragon tattoo just kind of appears on them. It's like, yeah, you guys are chosen because you have the power. So it's not it feels like an unnecessary plot device, but that said, it doesn't really ruin anything for me.
See, and I'm on the other way. I don't think it ruins anything either. I actually appreciated that they at least took a stab at trying to explain how mere mortals, so like you or I, like, okay, you're
shoot a fireball. I want to shoot a fireball.
Dragon tattoo, like, and they bring some weird lore into it. Like if you kill someone with a dragon tattoo, then it transfers over to you. Yeah, but you still need to unlock your Arcana. So, basically, Liu Kang, Kung Lao, they already have theirs, obviously. Sonya Blade basically recruits, not really recruits Kano, because her and Kano are going back at. Kano is one of the best characters in this fucking series. He's fucking fantastic, at least in my opinion. I love him, at least how he's portrayed in these movies. He's so fucking funny. Basically, they're training for the tournament. Shang Tsung and his guys, they want to cheat. They want to kill Earth's heroes before the tournament starts, which is apparently there's no fucking referee. But
you will anger the elder gods if you do something like that.
You will, yeah. So basically the whole movie is the Earthrealmers trying to unlock their Arcana, including Cole Young. Sonya does not have an Arcana. She actually ends up killing Kano and taking his, but there is a fun thing because Kano unlocks his Arcana, and it's shooting fire or lasers from your eye, and obviously,
if you guys are familiar with the game, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good. All of them are pretty much have the same ones from the game. Obviously, Cole Young doesn't because he's not a character in the game, but he gets his Arcana. He's so psyched about it, and he looks at Liu Kang. And he goes, "Oh, it's better than shooting fire out of your hands, you pussy." So there's fun dialogue like that. I mean, like, I don't want to go through the entire plot, but basically Cole Young unlocks his Arcana, and he and the rest of the heroes are able to help ward off the Outworlders.
Shang Tsung's fighters.
Minus Kung Lao, my guy. If you guys missed our last episode, we asked who our favorite Mortal Kombat characters are. Obviously, you're not Scorpion, you're Liu Kang.
And I'm Liu Kang.
And I'm Kung Lao, and they're boys in these movies and the games. He meets a bad fate. There's some awesome fatalities in this. One with Kung Lao where the blade hat goes.
Oh my god! I can't wait to talk about that fight. It was everything.
Oh yeah, it's so good. This one, obviously, Cole Young. They say that he is part of Scorpion's bloodline, and Sub-Zero wants to take out his bloodline. Yeah, wants to take out that bloodline. That's the whole basis of the story. Good guys win. But I remember leaving the theater going, "We didn't get the fucking tournament." That's all I want to see.
The whole what the name of the movie, Mortal Kombat, is the name of the tournament, and it never even happened.
Yeah, so you're like, okay,
that's a little bit to be wanted. That's a little bit to be desired.
They're going to definitely do a sequel, and they do tease the sequel because I believe it's Cole Young is walking past a poster of Caged Fury or Citizen Cage for Johnny Cage. And at that point, they hadn't had a actor cast to play Johnny Cage, and there were a lot that were considered. I think The Miz, he was considered for it. There were a few others, like a few martial arts experts that were considered for it. Ultimately, they landed on Carl Urban, who I know him
Interesting
best.
casting choice.
I know him best from The Boys. I love The Boys. I think he's so great as Billy the Butcher. But yeah, I definitely thought it was a little weird. I thought The Miz would have been perfect. He is charismatic. He's cocky. He kind of looks like Johnny Cage. But you get the first previews for this one. It's like, okay, we are getting the tournament. That is awesome. You get Shao Kahn in here, who is the ultimate bad guy. And unlike in Annihilation, he looks formidable. He looks scary.
Yeah. This guy looks scary.
He's a big motherfucker. And I think they had talked to The Rock about playing Shao Kahn. And I was like, that would have been interesting. That would have been something.
He's a big SOB, big, strong buff.
And he wears a mask. He wears a mask the whole time. So, I mean, yeah, why not? You do learn more about the lore in this one. I'll let you kind of take it away in a spoiler-free for Mortal Kombat 2. But having said that, you could probably piece together what happened in the first movie if you haven't seen the first one and you go into the second one. You can probably piece it together.
Yeah, it's not super important. You get the names of the Earthrealm fighters. Obviously, Raiden is leading them, and we're leading up to the tournament. Earthrealm, with Kung Lao's death, they do have to replace him, and sure enough, Johnny Cage is the next man up. And I will say I kind of liked what they did with Johnny Cage's character, because Johnny Cage in the game, he's young, he's brash, he's in his early mid-30s, right? He's a big Hollywood star, millionaire. Everyone loves him. And on top of that, he's not just an actor fighter. Like, he's a genuine, real deal fighter, and that's why he's chosen for the tournament. In Mortal Kombat 2, fast forward about 20 years, he's probably in his early 50s. He's kind of washed up. His movies aren't, all his movies are, they're kind of like if you went back and watched Arnold's movie from the 80s, right? It's like, yeah, your time's sort of over. They show him sitting at like a Comic-Con, and he's just sitting at the table. No one wants to talk to him. Just kind of washed up and insecure about himself. But the premise here is that obviously he needs to be recruited. He needs to defend Earthrealm. He's not really into it. He doesn't believe that it's actually happening, because that's obviously a lot to drop on something.
Like, right? Would you believe it if
if Raiden walked through my door and was like, yeah, he's like, you've been chosen as one of the greatest warriors on the planet, and you need to defend Earthrealm, because if you don't and Outworld wins, this whole planet's done. It's just like, okay, thanks. Go take another drink and have another hit and sleep it off.
Right.
But that happens, and obviously he is shown, like, he does come to understand. Like, Raiden does tell him, he's like, whether you like it or not, you are chosen, and you're going to be summoned when it's time. So sure enough, when the tournament does finally break out, Johnny is summoned, and things kind of go from there. But they don't pull any punches with this film as we go through the tournament. Warriors on both sides meet grisly fates, or should I say fatal fates. And eventually we were given the lore and the backstory of how Shao Kahn has also taken over Edenia, because before he tries to conquer Earthrealm, he did conquer Edenia by winning 10 Mortal Kombats. And the first scene is actually his final fight with Edenia's champion, King Jared, who is the father of, you guys may know, Princess Katana. Shao Kahn, it's not a spoiler alert, Shao Kahn does win and conquer Edenia. And you see later on that Katana is fighting for Outworld in Mortal Kombat, which is just like the game. It does follow that. But as she meets our fighters, she meets the Earthrealm fighters, she comes to understand that, or she doesn't come to understand, she's always known that Shao Kahn is an evil dictator. He killed her father. Her loyalties are a little switched, is the best way to put it. But as we progress to the film, the tournament happens. Shao Kahn does cheat. He is, because obviously we knew from the first one, he's not willing to win fair. So
there's no goddamn referee.
There's no referee. Like, it's just kill the other person. But his plan is to use Shinnok's amulet and maintain immortality so that no one can kill him during the tournament. So the quest for our characters becomes, hey, not only do we have to win the tournament, but we have to get the amulet back so that he's no longer invincible, so we can actually beat him. And that's
which Kano in the first one had stolen the amulet, which
he does have the amulet.
If you haven't played the games, that part probably gets a little confusing because, like, obviously, like, I think it's MK.
Kano's a criminal. He's like a big criminal.
Yeah, it's like MKX. They they really go into the Chinook's amulet and kind of what it does. And I think they could have done a better job of explaining, but that's where it comes into play. Kano was killed in the first movie. So this is where it kind of picks off. I will tell you guys, this movie's a damn good time. We knew it was going to be not the strongest in narrative progression, I would say, but we'll get into that a little bit. But you can't expect it to be. The first one, like I said, it really subverted expectations. Like, I was severely disappointed that we didn't see the tournament. But god damn it, did I like that movie. I thought it was fun. like you still get a lot of fight scenes, this and that. This one, they waste no time, and we're not going to waste any time. We're going to go right into fucking spoiler territory. So get the fuck out of here, because we start right with King Jared talking to a very young Katana, and you can tell that this is their last hope, because Katana says something like, what if you fall? And he's like, oh, you don't think about that. You get the sense that King Jared, and you'll have to remind me, is he in the games? Like, I know that like his character is, because I don't know if is he a playable character.
Yeah, in some of the games he is. He's ultimately the king, obviously the king of Edenia, Sindel's husband, Katana's father. A big plot point of the thoroughfare of the game is that Shao Kahn, before he came to conquer Earthrealm, he did conquer Edenia and kill Jared. Yeah,
and you see that play out. So if you're a fan of the games, and obviously from the trailer they do show part of this fight in the bloodiness of it. And I'm like, oh, that's probably King Jared. That's exactly where it starts off. They have their battle, and you see just how big of a force Shao Kahn is. This had a lot of vibes of the Mountain and the Viper from
that's
like,
a really good call out.
Because Jared he's kicking ass for a while here. He's doing pretty good.
He's not king for nothing.
Nope. He ends up stabbing Shao Kahn, and he's about to finish him. Yep. And then Shao Kahn takes the knife and is able to he's able to pierce through both hands on Jared, and then he's able to slice off his fingers essentially. And Shao Kahn, he uses this big ass fucking hammer. It's got a really sharp end on the kind of on the handle, and then it's a fucking massive hammer, and we'll get into how he uses it later. But he does impale Jared, kills him, and basically says, Sindel, you're my wife now. Katana, you are my daughter now. And
Edenia is mine.
Yep, Edenia is mine. From here, you get a really cool, which I thought was funny because it's New Line Cinema that does this movie, Mortal Kombat, and they end up, New Line Cinema presents, and it's a trailer for a Johnny Cage movie, and it's all the ridiculous action, like he's doing a bicycle kicking 6 guys, and he's he's doing the splits over a bazooka going at him, and
very 80s action.
Yeah, he puts his sunglasses on and he does a little, uses his middle finger to, which I thought was awesome.
Easter egg right out of Mortal Kombat 1. He throws on his glasses and he'll do this.
Mm-hmm. And his fatalities in Mortal Kombat are hilarious. Like, they're very fourth wall breaking. Who hired this guy? Like, you guys don't know that, but
throw Johnny Cage fatality in right here.
Right. Absolutely. Hopefully we don't get copyrighted for that. Did you know we got copyrighted for after DU won the national title? I put a little 5-second clip of them winning, and we got copyrighted from that from the NCAA. So Mortal Kombat, we're just trying to help here. So please don't do that. Okay. Hopefully it worked. If it didn't, we'll never know. So from here, you see that trailer, and the camera zooms out. And like Chris said earlier, this is where he's at the Comic-Con, and he is all by himself. And he's got his movie posters.
Just sitting there. He's like,
yeah. There's people. There's huge crowds like next to influencers. They're just taking selfies, and you can just tell like he's clearly an alcoholic. It's the stereotypical I'm out of my prime type thing.
Washed up actor.
Yeah, and this is where he's packing up everything, and they do a cutscene where Raiden is talking to Earth's heroes. He's talking to Cole, he's talking to Jax, he's talking to Sonya, he's talking to all the survivors from the first movie. and they just throw you right into it. They're like, well, we need another champion, so we got to go find. And the thing about these movies, guys, is they jump into everything. There's not much setup.
They're not going to baby walk you into it. If you're watching it, you understand where the game's coming from.
Yeah, they're just like, we got to get to the tournament. We got to get our last guy in here. So I'll let you take over when they finally meet Mr. Cage.
So Johnny's leaving Comic-Con, and he's packing all his crap up in his old, probably 1995 Mustang. I think that's what it was. And sure enough, he hears a thunderclap behind him, and he turns around, and there's Raiden and Sonya trying to explain to him, hey, Johnny, this tournament's coming up. You've been selected. You're one of the greatest fighters on the planet. We need you to defend Earthrealm. And kind of like we said in the preamble here, he's like, okay, yeah, sure. Definitely believe that. Appreciate it, but, you guys can leave. And then Raiden opens up a portal right behind him, and he's like it or not, when the time comes, you will be summoned to fight. And then he walks off. And then sure enough, a little bit later, we'll get to this in a little bit, but we do need to mention, the camera takes us back to Outworld, where the sorcerer Quan Chi is seen resurrecting our boy Kung Lao from the first film. He's also seen resurrecting Kano, and he makes a funny mention because obviously he can control Kung Lao, but Kano, he's like, I'm unable to corrupt his spirit because it's already corrupted. I can't control it. It's already corrupted beyond any light. I can't control it. It's already naturally corrupt.
He's the asshole of all assholes. He's hilarious.
100%. He's really funny in such a funny way.
I think he calls Quan Chi like Voldemort's dick or something. Like,
yeah, Voldemort's dick because he's Australian. He's one of those cocky Australian guys. Very cool, very funny. Anyway, as Kano is resurrected, he is given. Actually, this is a little bit later. I'm skipping something here. So the tournament begins, and Johnny, sure enough, is summoned to fight. He's completely taken from where he is.
He's at a bar drinking his sorrows away. And
fun fact, the bartender, Ed Boon.
Yep.
And little Easter egg.
So he's at this bar just drinking his sorrows, and there's a guy there, and he's
a fan.
Yeah, he's just like, hey man, like, you're Johnny Cage, like, they should make another one. And he goes, no one wants to see that shit. That went out in the 90s, and he's like, now all people want to see is Keanu Reeves as John Wick killing 100 guys
with a pencil.
I love that line.
The fan too he's like, well, I thought you were pretty cool. Then he just kind of walks off. I was like, yeah, man.
And then from there, Johnny Cage is literally just like
summoned.
He's like, not disintegrated, but he basically is just like transported to Adenia, where he is. This is the first fight of the tournament that we're seeing, and he is going up against
Princess Katana, who has grown up and learned to fight.
Right, and before this, Katana and Jade, because Jade is basically Shao Kahn's right-hand man, right-hand woman. And you see that there's a very sisterly aspect of Jade and Katana, but Jade's number one priority is to Shao Kahn. So there's that in the background. So I'll let you take that, because you got to tell me if this is anything in the game. I know there's a couple other fighting stages that are very close to the game and how they looked, but
and there's some
Easter egg pieces. You can point out some of the Easter eggs here, but
for sure. So the first fight, it literally, Johnny's transported right into the town square where Jared and Shao Kahn fought. There's nothing special. Literally, the square of the town. Here comes Katana. Johnny gets handled because he doesn't even try to fight her. He's just like, well, I don't know what's going on. What's happening? She kicks the crap out of him. He tries to defend himself, but suffice to say, he doesn't even land upon it. He's completely dismantled because he's not ready for it. He's sort of neglected his martial arts training. Like, he's the everyman. He's the, please don't. He gets the crap kicked out of him. Shao Kahn watches the fight and watches him lose and tells Katana to finish him, but she chooses not to. She looks at him, she stares at Shao Kahn, and she walks away.
Because they do mention in this that they're like, oh, so it's a fight to the death. And they're like, well, the victor gets to choose.
Which, victor chooses. Just like the game. You can choose to do a fatality or not.
Yeah. And this did throw me off a little bit because I was like, really? Johnny Cage is eliminated like that? Like, that's what his character is in this? And I'm not sure how I felt about that. But obviously, I think he has some redemption a little later. But
for sure.
Yeah, like, he gets transported there, and he's just like, wait a minute, no, I'm not going to hit a girl. And, Katana's like, don't worry, you won't.
You won't.
And she's a woman of her word, because
kicks the crap out of him.
Mm-hmm.
And
but
at the same time, he survives. She doesn't kill him. At the same time, Sonya is summoned to fight Queen Sindel in the spike pits. And this is this is a cool fight. Like I said, the one thing about this movie, guys, like the fights are really fantastic. The choreography is great. It's particularly one fight that we're going to get to here in a minute. But yeah, Sindel and Sonya go at it. The powers are there. Sindel, again, if you guys are familiar with the game, she has the scream attacks where she'll scream and it's like a sonic boom. She uses it plenty on Sonya. Sonya uses her ring shots on her wrist rings to shoot her Arcana. Really cool fight. Sonya wins. Spoiler, well, not spoiler though. We're doing a spoiler review, but Sonya does win the fight. She kills Queen Sindel. She actually, they're kind of doing a jujitsu thing, and she actually impales her head. She knocks her away and impales her head on one of the spikes. It's actually really cool. It's cool to see.
Pretty damn bloody there. And
yeah,
they have this back and forth, which if you played any of the Mortal Kombat games, there's a little trash talk that goes on between whoever you select. And like she's like, really? That's who they picked? A mother? Then obviously Sindel is now, she's under.
She's like a revenant. She's like a revenant.
Not,
and the reason is, quick aside,
mm-hmm.
the reason that she is evil in the games, well, in some of the games, at least the earlier ones, is because once Shao Kahn killed Jared, she took her own life. But Shao Kahn, he's not going to let her escape with death, so he resurrects her as a revenant that he can control as his queen.
Yeah, and she looked dead, man.
Very dead. Very dead.
And this one, it's like, because again, it's like Sonya only got her powers at the end of the first movie. And they did say they're like, this one, the first round here is only 2 of you. 2 out of the 5 are going to fight. And what I thought was cool is right before Johnny's fight, they in the sky, there's 5. So it's like scoreboard.
You can always see who's winning.
Mm-hmm. And so Johnny and Sonya are kind of talking as they get back, and Johnny's like, no, I got the shit kicked out of me, like this isn't cool. We find out that Katana actually has been traveling back to like Raiden's kind of like her mentor. Yeah, like so she has a secret little transport to get to Raiden.
It was something that we missed. It was something that Jared gave her before his fight. He said, always remember, and he gives her a little amulet. It's like a little sphere. You can see lightning going off inside of it. And he says, whenever you need help, Raiden is always listening.
Yep. And he, after Jared died too, she also took a blue scarf, handkerchief type thing. Yeah. And that comes into play later. But so like, of course, Johnny's freaking out. He's just like, what the hell is she doing here? And she's like, don't worry, I'm on your side. I had to make it look real.
I killed you.
Yeah. Basically you find out that, she's trying to take down Shao Kahn, and is like, well, now he might get the amulet because they are resurrecting Kano to get the amulet, and Kano gives it up like that. He's just like, whatever.
Like, where is it? Yeah, here it is.
He's like, I need my laser eye. And they give him a laser eye in a pretty funny little sequence there with what's the guy's name? Quan Chi. Yeah.
He's like, you don't have to drop it on the ground.
Yeah, what the hell? Then Katana goes back to her area, and she has been spotted by Jade. And Jade kind of knows what's up now. And she's like, look, I love you as a sister, but you cannot do this to Shao Kahn. Nothing really comes of it right there. And then the next 3 fighters get summoned. And this is where...
remember at the Sky Temple, Shang Tsung, again, up to his dirty tricks, Tsung, he brings Kano and a resurrected Revenant Kung Lao, who he can control. They, again, ambush Raiden at the Sky Temple because once they have the amulet, the only way they can charge it is with the power of a god. So they, at the same time that the third fight is happening. Like right as the Earthrealm fighters are being summoned, Kano, Shang Tsung, Kung Lao show up. Kung Lao uses his hat, throws it at Raiden, completely surprises them because they don't know Kung Lao's evil, slices his throat.
And it's like instead of blood coming out, it's light.
Like light.
So they try and subdue him because he's not dead. But yeah, like right as that's happening, Liu
They
Kang
charge the
is
amulet.
and Liu Kang is in shambles right now because he doesn't want to see Raiden hurt, and he and Kung Lao get
Are
taken.
immediately summoned to fight.
So the next 3 fights are obviously you got Kung Lao and Liu Kang. We might flip around here because I want to save that.
Yeah,
for the
because they're
last.
happening all. Yeah, they're happening all at the same time.
You got Jax versus Jade, and then the other one is we'll start with Jax versus Jade, but then the third one is Cole Young versus Shao Kahn, who is now immortal because of the amulet.
He's got the amulet. He knows he's immortal.
Mm-hmm. And basically, Jax and Jade, they go back and forth. They have a pretty good fight. Jax wins the fight, and and Jade is like, okay, do what you have to do. She's accepted her fate, and he spares her, and she's like, well, why? And he goes, your guys spared one of ours, so now we're even.
We're even now.
And it's like, oh wow, there's some humanity, like you can see in her eyes. She's kind of like, Then we get to Shao Kahn versus Cole Young.
Cool. And I want to shout out, if you again call back to the games, because they're fighting in the acid pits, and if you notice right at the beginning of the fight, the camera pans to the side, so it looks like a 2D. Like you have Cole here and Shao Kahn here, just like the game does. And the camera pans out, and at the very top of the screen, part of the pits, like the camera pans out to hit it, and it looks like 2 life bars.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you noticed that. Super cool.
I was like, it's so cool. And at this point, Cole Young has had like 3 lines, and I think one of them was, I left my family, and I'm prepared to die if that's what it comes to. And it's like, I called this retcon the sequel because they
killed.
So Cole Young, he starts off really good because his
he wins the fight.
He does. His arcana is basically his skin is like armor, and it absorbs impact.
It's like Black Panther's armor.
Exactly. It's exactly like that, and it uses it as energy against the opponent. He kicks the shit out of Shao Kahn, and he wins.
Throat,
yep, Shao Kahn's dead. But since the amulet's being charged, he sees the it just
closes up,
regenerates, it Deadpools it. Which I thought, because if you guys have played the game, if you're in this acid pit area, there's usually hooks, and if you can do a stage fatality where the hook kind of takes you down into the acid pit, you come up your skeleton. I thought that's what was going to happen. It didn't, but it was still fucking brutal. Shao Kahn takes control here. The only way he can win is if he's doing like the Mountain and the Viper, because it's like this one too.
What he does. Yeah.
He knocks Cole down, and he uses his hammer and fucking Gallagher's this guy's head. Which, I didn't like the character of Cole Young. I thought this was a brutal fate for him.
The camera kind of follows the hammer down, and the look on Cole's face right before it smashes, he goes like this. He goes,
and then his body, and then Shao Kahn just kicks him into the acid, and it's like, damn, now he's
so
dead.
Ends Cole. It's like they're like, you guys really listened to the fans who didn't want to see him in the first one. They didn't care about him at all. They just they were like, nope. Like, why?
We're done with
Which, by the way, I will say I was kind of on that side, because I was like, why are you introducing a whole brand new person when there is an entire roster of people already here? You feel like you need to create a new one and center the movie around him? Get the fuck out of here.
Well, and like, I guess in Mortal Kombat terms, if you give someone a really brutal death, that's like a badge of honor. But I mean, again, I was just like, because I thought about like the character development. I was just like, well, his poor family that we got to meet in the first movie, and like he defeated Goro in the first movie. Like he's done all this stuff, and they spent so much time on him and developing him. And then this time it was just like, well, we all know where this is going to go. I didn't think it was going to be that brutal. I did think it was going to be a stage fatality, but yeah, and so Shao Kahn is fucking unstoppable, and I know you're going to nerd out on this next one, so I'll just let you take the Revenant Kung Lao versus Liu Kang.
Dude, I'm telling you guys now, this freaking fight, I miss in theaters when the entire audience is like, oh, and they clap. They're like, whoa, that was Liu Kang and Kung Lao. I mean, you
Straight
had
out of the
everything
game.
straight out of the game. The stage was there. All the moves. Kung Lao's controlling his hat and throwing it around. Liu Kang's dodging it and using his fire. Liu Kang, at one point, he pushes Kung Lao away, and then he does the flying kick right into him. I'm thinking of it. I'm getting jazzed. Kung Lao, one of Kung Lao's
Slow
main...
down, BDA.
I know. One of the main things that Kung Lao does in the game is he can kind of teleport depending on where his hat is. So he'll throw his hat at you. The hat goes behind it. You avoid the attack. And then he'll teleport down from his hat behind you. What they did for this fight, dude, he's throwing his hat around. He teleports up to his hat. He comes down with a kick. Teleports again from the hat to behind Liu Kang and throws a kick. It's visually one of the coolest like hand-to-hand fights I've ever seen. It is so awesome. And they really killed it.
We could talk about it for an hour and still not do it justice because it is just, I didn't want it to end. It was.
Yeah, I was like, you can make this whole fight, the whole movie, just this fight. It's so good.
And you do, because Kung Lao is starting to get the better of Liu Kang. He is.
Because Liu is trying to the whole fight. He's trying to be like, it's me. Like I know you're in there somewhere. Like it's me. I don't want to fight you. And that's kind of what it comes to. Eventually, towards the end, you see his hands, and he just lets his fire extinguish. He's like, I don't want to fight you.
And so, he says that he's like, I will make this right. I will
save you.
I will save you. And then Kung Lao goes for the kill. And
what happens? We got to preface it here. One of Kung Lao's fatalities, and number one, what he used in the first film against Natara, one of the best ones in all of Mortal Kombat. He takes his blade hat, throws it in the ground, and he starts it as like a bandsaw. Well, here he had thrown it at Liu Kang, but Liu Kang, he held it with fire, and then he slammed it into the ground. So now it's sticking in the ground. And Kung Lao keeps trying to summon it out of the concrete, but it's in there like halfway, right? It's just the top half. So now instead of trying to summon it, Kung Lao does a move where he just starts the hat spinning like the bandsaw. And like you said, Liu Kang's like, he extinguishes his hands. He's like, I will find a way to fight. I will find a way to save you. And then Kung Lao runs for the kill, and he double slams Liu Kang with his fist right in the chest. Liu Kang takes the hit, and you see him flying back, thinking he's going to go into the buzzsaw. But while he's in air, Liu Kang kind of looks at him, and he reaches forward, and he grabs his hands, and he kicks himself back behind the blade, and he slams Kung Lao down right on his own spinning hat. And as he's dying, he looks at him in the eyes, and he's like, "But not right now. I will save you, but not today." And then the hat is just spinning on Kung Lao's torso, just buzzsaw.
It is such a satisfying end, and I'm a Kung Fu guy, but so that's going to be a story going forward, is that saving Kung Lao's soul, because they do a good job in the first movie, like developing their relationship, and obviously in the game they have this brotherly rivalry going on. Like they have some fun interactions in the game, but I did wish there's a little more Kung Lao, whether he's a zombie Kung Lao or not. But, because you could see it coming. It's just like, he hits Liu Kang back, and then he just slides him onto the blade. It's just
the visuals from that fight, dude. The freaking portal in the back, them going hand to hand, the hats flying around the arena, and Liu Kang fighting Kung Lao and then dodging the hat and then putting more hits on Kung Lao. Kung Lao does one of his signature moves. It's the windmill fists. Mm-hmm. You guys can see it in the trailer. He hits him real fast in the chest. He's like, and then goes again. I want to watch it again. It's so cool.
It's so badass.
And Liu Kang's flying kick. That's where the whole theater, when I was watching it, was like, oh!
Oh man. So you're trying to come down from that. So now Earth's heroes meet back at Raiden's Sky Temple, and he's barely hanging on. He's kind of just hanging out.
He's alive, but he's not. He's in like a half state. He's barely alive.
Mm-hmm. And Kano is actually still there, because he tells Johnny Cage that he wants Shao Kahn defeated because he does not want to lose Earth. As bad as he is. Yeah, he's like, dude, we got pornos, we got all this.
We got twosomes, threesomes, foursomes.
Yeah. So then other Earth heroes come back. Obviously, you get Liu Kang, and he's like, I had to kill Kung Lao again. You get Sonya, or no, Sonya's already there because it's Jax comes back, and
Cole never comes back. They realize
Cole never comes back, so they're like,
died.
yeah. So the scoreboard now reads, is it 2-2? What is it? 3-3? I forget what the scoreboard reads.
Jax and Liu Kang both won. So there's 3.
Mm-hmm.
Sonya, Jax, Liu Kang, Sonya. So they've won 3. So Outroll's down to 2. Johnny Cage lost, and Cole lost. So there's 2.
Yeah. So it's 3-2 now for the good guys. So I'm trying to remember exactly what happens next here because they get back. Kano obviously reveals all that to him, and then they're like, "Well, so the only way we're going to be able to win is we have to get that amulet back. And that's the only way we're going to save Raiden, by the way." So they start asking like, "How Katana's there, right? Because Katana can go to Raiden's Sky Temple." Into the castle, how are we going to get it back? She tells them there's a secret entrance, but it's only the ones that the servants use. So they're like, all right, well, that's how we got to get in. So the crew, Liu Kang, Johnny Cage, Sonya, Kano is kind of heading as well. They go to the Tarkatan clan, who are the servants who Shao Kahn has quasi enslaved. They're kind of living in poverty. They're enslaved in the way that like, they're able to survive in their village, but they're under Shao Kahn's heel, I guess is the best way to put it. And you guys will be able to recognize, because it's very Mortal Kombat recognizable character, just the dude with fucking teeth.
Baraka.
Yeah, Baraka.
Yeah. So Baraka shows up. He's the leader of the Tarkatan clan. And I will say the makeup, the practical effect for Baraka was really good. Yeah, I mean, it looks really great. They show up. Yeah, they show up, and Liu Kang's kind of the leader, obviously, at this point. He's like, we need your help. I'm Liu Kang. I'm the Earthrealm's champion. I'm here to ask for help. Will you lead us into the castle? Baraka says, I'm not going to help you. I'm not going to go against Shao Kahn. My whole village would be in danger. So he kind of ignores Liu Kang. And then Johnny Cage sticks his big nose in. And he's like, I didn't know all you guys were just a bunch of fucking pussies. And Baraka turns to him, and he's like, okay, I'll fight, but not you. I'll fight him.
And Johnny's like, what? No.
What?
They have a pretty funny fight scene because like it goes like he gets thrown into like a hut that has 2 Tarkatan children, and they're just ugly motherfuckers with the face, and Johnny Cage is like hiding. He's like. The 2 seconds later, Baraka comes in. And the kids are like,
he's like, come on!
and Johnny's just like, I'm Johnny fucking Cage, and is able to.
Sonya's like, hey, you're an actor. Why don't you act? And that's when it comes back to him, and he's like,
it's showtime.
It's showtime. Puts his sunglasses on.
He gets his groove back, then so he gains.
I will say too, because Baraka is able to like. Throw his bone blades. He can shoot them off. There is one really cool thing that Johnny Cage does. The camera kind of bullet times it. He does like a triple backflip to dodge it. That looks really cool.
Yeah, and he gains the respect of Baraka, and he's just
by
like,
beating him.
He's like, I'll show you but you need to come back and show me your fighting skills, Johnny fucking Cage. He thinks his middle name is fucking. He's like Johnny fucking Cage. So yeah, Baraka takes them in the underground area to the castle.
And while this happens, we should say that Katana is found out by Shao Kahn that she's been going there and helping them, and he takes her and ties her up in the town square. His idea is that I'm going to tie you up until you die to show everyone not to go against me. Ultimately.
Right, and Katana and Shao Kahn are the only 2 left for Outworld. And so now it's really just one because, obviously she is Katana is part of Earthrealm. She wants to fight for them, blah, blah, blah. Then I forget how they get there. Is it Raiden that sends Johnny and Kano to...
Not yet. Okay. So first, they infiltrate the castle and they get to the throne room and they see the amulet up there by the throne, and it's Jax, Johnny, because Baraka didn't go with them in. He's like, I have to go back to my people. Return to us and teach me your ways, Johnny Cage. So it's Johnny, Jax, Liu Kang, and Sonya. They get into the throne room, and this is kind of a fight that we've been waiting for because Liu Kang, they split up. Liu Kang gets to the throne room and he sees the amulet and runs up to it, and Shao Kahn enters, and you're like, oh, this is what we've been waiting for. Because again, if you guys don't know, Liu Kang is the main hero of Mortal Kombat. Like he's the best Earthrealm warrior. He's the champion. He won Mortal Kombat 1. He won Mortal Kombat 2. He won Mortal Kombat 3. Like Liu Kang is the guy. He's that guy. So
he's not sidelined in both movies, but he's
just
definitely
not
the
the
main character.
Yeah, and that I will say that kind of, but we'll get to that at the end when we recap it. But when Shao Kahn entered and Liu Kang looked to fight him, not only did he do that, he did this awesome, like he summons 2 fire dragons behind him, and they're like looking through the pillars right at Shao Kahn while he's in the middle, kind of doing his kata. Super, super cool. And we've been waiting for this fight. So Liu Kang and Shao Kahn go at it. Evenly matched. Liu Kang does get the upper hand. He's kind of whooping his ass. But again, Shao Kahn's immortal, so nothing he does to him can kill him. So while he's fighting, Jax, Johnny Cage, and Sonya enter, and they go. He's like, get the medallion. So they're going for the medallion. He's trying to get it out, but they can't really break into the cage. Jax goes up there with his metal arms to break into the cage, but then he jumps in to help Liu Kang out because, again, Liu Kang, there's no matter what he does, for all his fire and all of his martial arts skills, like he can't kill Shao Kahn, so he just keeps coming. So he jumps in to help Liu Kang out. Shao Kahn, unfortunately, gets the upper hand here, and he does kill Jax. He stabs him. He takes his hammer, and Jax has the metal arms, right? He rips one of them off, and then Jax holds up his hand to block the hammer, and the handle goes through his palm, and then Shao Kahn just pushes it right into his chest and kills him. And as this is happening, the other 3, Sonya gets kind of knocked out. Liu Kang's still holding his own. Johnny Cage runs up to the other side and gets through to the amulet. They're able to get it out. They retrieve it. But right as they're retrieving it, Liu Kang, Sonya, and Shao Kahn are summoned to the next fight. So if they don't get to go back to the Sky Temple, they're summoned away. Johnny Cage and Kano back at the Sky Temple, Raiden has enough power left, right? To be like, what do we do? What do we do? How do we destroy? Like, what are we going to do? How do we destroy it? What's going to happen now? He's like, you're going to have to go to the Netherworld, and
which is basically hell.
Which is hell essentially. And he's like, the only way you're going to get there is the only way you're going to get through the Netherworld is with a guide. So, and he tells him too. He's like, I may not have enough power to bring you back, so this might be a one-way trip. And this is where Johnny kind of does the heroic thing, and he's like, I understand, but this is the only way to save Earthrealm, so we'll do it. So Raiden opens up a portal, sends Johnny and Kano to the Netherrealm, where they encounter who else? Our man Scorpion.
I thought this was cool because they go to hell, but it's like this,
Scorpion's part of hell is like a Zen.
Yeah, he's like, and he says like, you can harness the energy that you have to make this a paradise, even though everything else around you. And so
Kano bites a peach and he's like, if this is hell, sign me the fuck up. He's like, try this peach.
And Scorpion wants nothing to do with it. He's like, I don't give a shit, blah, blah, blah. They mentioned that Cole was slain by Shao Kahn.
Yep. I forgot. Sorry, this is important. I said that they got the amulet. They did not get the amulet. Sub-Zero, who has also been resurrected in the Netherrealm as Noob Saibot. He actually, during the very end of the fight, after they get it out of the cage, he shows up as Noob Saibot. He takes the amulet to the Netherrealm. So I messed up on that regard. Yeah, and so that's why they're there to get it, and they say basically the same thing. Anytime you mention Bihan, it fucking pissed the Scorpion off. So his paradise around him just starts crumbling, and this fight scene's really cool too because he becomes Scorpion. Yep, and he is fucking Devil Scorpion now. Yeah, he's been searching the Netherrealm. He can harness the power devil fire but the thing about Noob Saibot is that it's like a shadow person essentially. It's basically fighting 2-on-1. Meanwhile, Kano and Johnny Cage are trying to get the amulet. That's kind of like the side quest, and Kano is like, he's got the fire eye, the laser eye, and he's like, come on, Johnny, do your power. And he goes, I don't have a power. I'm just incredibly handsome. And he's like, what the fuck? You don't have your arcana? And it's this big, this fight doesn't live up to
the Liu Kang Kung Lao fight. It's still a pretty good fight. And obviously you get the signature, get over here. And this is where Johnny gets his shadow kick because he's able to shadow kick Bihan. And they're able to retrieve the amulet. Meanwhile,
because of all this is happening.
Mm-hmm. And now the score is 2-2. It is Liu Kang and Sonya still eligible against Shao Kahn and Katana. And man,
I have to talk about this part.
What?
I have to talk about this part.
Go for it.
This was really hard for me, and this is another one at the theater was just like, what? Because I mentioned to you guys, Liu Kang's the hero. He is the champion. He's all of this, and we'll revisit this at the end of this episode. But as Kano and Johnny are fighting, and Hanzo Hasashi, Scorpion, that's his name, are fighting Bihan in the Netherrealm. Like I said, Shao Kahn and Sonya and Liu Kang were summoned to the final fight, so they're fighting. Liu Kang again, he's holding his own, like he is the champion. He's fighting. He's using his fire. Sonya kind of gets knocked to the side. She's really no match for Shao Kahn. But Liu Kang's fighting him. He's not winning, but again, he's Shao Kahn's immortal. He's just trying to do everything he can. Unexpectedly, Shao Kahn takes his hammer and he impales Liu Kang through the chest. Now, caveat here, and again, we're going to revisit this at the end of this episode, but that happened and the entire theater erupted. I remember I was like the loudest. I was like, fuck! Because Liu Kang, you don't expect Liu Kang to die. He's the hero. Kind of a cool thing. When that happens, Liu Kang's kind of stunned, but then he grabs it and he looks at Shao Kahn and fire boils up in his pupils. He's like not even affected by it. He's like, I understand now. He says this, and I'm just hoping it's not true, but he's like, I'm not the chosen one. It's like, yeah, you are. You're Liu Kang. You're the chosen one, dude. But he says that. He says, I understand. Yeah. He's like, I'm not the chosen one. I will rescue the fallen. Or he says something, I will rescue Kung Lao. I will restore Kung Lao. And then he rises up in the air in fire and flame and kind of just disappears. Mm-hmm. So he doesn't really die.
No, but according to the
he's out. He's gone.
Yeah, the scoreboard. Sonya, she was knocked out, so she lost, and Liu Kang lost. So now Shao Kahn's ready to celebrate. He's ready to take over.
But the last thing Sonya does is, as Liu Kang is doing his last thing, Sonya crawls over to Katana and she frees her. She breaks her chains.
And Katana says, I am fighting for Earthrealm.
I fight for Earthrealm.
Yep. So now it's Shao Kahn versus his stepdaughter.
Adopted daughter,
yeah. And they have a pretty good fight too, but what sticks out to me is the fucking ending of this one, because Katana, she uses the
well, they destroyed it. We did say they destroyed the amulet, right? Jade actually goes to the Netherrealm to help Kano and Johnny, because she also betrays Kano. And kind of a cool scene, because her staff has a emblem of Shao Kahn at the top, and right before all this happens, she kind of sees Katana's side of thing, and it does show her. She takes it, slams it on the ground, and breaks off that Shao Kahn thing. She goes to the Netherrealm to help Johnny and Kano beat Bihan, Noob Saibot, which they do, and they're able to destroy the amulet with the power of all three of them. So Shao Kahn is now mortal again.
Which Katana hits him, and like he starts bleeding, and he doesn't, he
realizes he's not healing.
And she takes everything and just stabs him like a million times. He's not dead yet. Her final move is she takes her
fans.
Well, before that, she takes the scarf or handkerchief.
Oh yeah,
and kind of gets behind him and starts choking him with that, which is symbolic because that's the last thing she took from her father. She takes his mask off, and he's just this ugly motherfucker. And then she stabs him in the head with her fans, and then turns him on, and they just fucking buzzsaw through his head.
It's like the coolest fatality ever.
It is really. It's on par of Kung Lao's in the first one, where he sends the chick into the into his hat. It's a really cool way to end it. So Earthrealm is saved. Everything is good.
Katana becomes queen of Outworld.
Right. And we'll get into it a little bit. We'll try not to touch on it too much because we're already hitting an hour, but there is more lore that can be hit with this. But then you go to Johnny Cage and he's telling the story, and it's just he's talking to some people and you don't know who he's talking to, and he's just like, and then I came in and I saved the world, and then you find out it's the Tarkatans that he's talking to.
Baraka's sitting there like
he's just sitting there like, oh, he's like Johnny fucking Cage. So Johnny kept his word and was talking to them, and Sonya and Raiden show up, and they're just like, I'm sure you took some creative liberties there, and basically they say, you got to get off your ass. We're going to go save our fallen friends. And that's kind of where it leads into the
Kano has Quan Chi. He captured him.
Yeah.
Voldemort's dick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's like,
basically Johnny, Sonya, Raiden, Katana, Jade. Oh, we forgot to say, once the amulet's destroyed, Raiden's power was returned. Right. And Shang Tsung had crept back to the Sky Temple to try to kill him while he's in his weakened state. And right when he's about to kill him, Raiden's power comes back to him because the amulet was destroyed, and Raiden kind of rises up, and then he does one of the moves in the game where he'll teleport and push you real fast. So he really quickly hits Shang Tsung, and Shang Tsung goes flying out of the temple. It's pretty cool. But yeah, the 5 of them, or the 6 of them, including Jade and Katana, are seen taking capture the Quan Chi, and they're basically going to save or revive the other fallen champions.
Which is where presumably the third movie is going to go, and there will be a third movie because it's like
they're already working on it.
They'd be dumb not to. But obviously, I'll get into a couple of my negatives on this. Obviously, we talked a lot about the badass shit. One of mine is like I wasn't crazy about the casting of Raiden, mainly because I'm thinking about like MK11 like Raiden, like he is scary. Like he is just like, don't fuck with Earthrealm. I'm gonna
I'm no longer gonna be benevolent. Like if you mess with Earthrealm, I will destroy you.
Yeah, whereas the guy, Raiden in this movie is fine. It's you're going off of the one on Annihilation, and this one's obviously a lot better. But it's just like, I wanted a little bit more sternness there. The whole Cole Young thing, you just would have been better off not having him to begin with. Good for a good kill. I think I'd have more beef on it if I didn't play the games, because this was fan service. It was a fan service movie, and it hit exactly what it needed to, because I thought it was badass. You thought it was badass. But what were your final takeaways?
So it's exactly what we wanted it to be, right? Fans of the game wanted it to be, right? Like the fights were really cool. I mean, I will watch that Kung Lao Liu Kang fight. I will get the Blu-ray, and I'll skip right to it. It's
Dude, there's bootleg versions of it on YouTube right now.
I will probably search for it tonight. It's so cool. Loved the fights. Again, I am so biased because I love Liu Kang as a character. Like I love the hero. Liu Kang is literally the Luke Skywalker of Mortal Kombat. You know what I mean? Like he's the hero. So it's kind of weird to see him It was super weird to see him sidelined in the first one. He's not as sidelined in this one. Like you kind of see halfway through, especially as Raiden falls, like he does take the leadership role. But to see him fall to Shao Kahn the way he did, and again, I'm torn because it's very obvious that he did not die. Like it's really clear he didn't die. He just kind of went somewhere else to do something else. So I didn't. It felt kind of weird that he's not the champion and Kitana killed Shao Kahn. I mean, I don't mind that Kitana did that. Like I have nothing against her being one of the heroes, but Liu Kang is the champion, and when he's not, it feels weird to me. It doesn't feel like Mortal Kombat. So I didn't really like that. Hopefully they're building up in the sequel, in the third movie, that he does become the ultimate champion. I would love to see that. So fingers crossed. Fight seems really cool. I felt that I liked what they did with Johnny Cage. I don't have too many negatives around, like they didn't do great as far as the narrative piece is concerned. Like they really tried to fit a lot into a little bit of time.
I wasn't expecting it, but
yeah. It's I mean, it's not heavy. Mortal Kombat is heavy on lore, but you only need so much for 2 movies, right? It felt a lot like the Rise of Skywalker to Rian Johnson's Last Jedi and what the retcon they did for Cole. Because the whole movie builds Cole up as the main character, and then in this one, his first fight, he's done. So, I was like, I don't like him as a character, so I don't care that he's dead. But yeah, I mean, I don't have a ton of negatives around because I thought the fight scenes were cool. The scene with Baraka is really cool. Him and Johnny Cage having the fight. I will say Liu Kang and Kung Lao one more time, guys. Go watch the Liu Kang Kung Lao fight. Just go watch it.
That makes it, and
it really does.
one of the other beefs that I had with it, which again they didn't have much time to touch on any of this, but like if you know anything about the game, it's like Sonya and Johnny, like they get married, they have a family,
they're kind of their thing.
Yeah, they really don't have any
Cassie
chemistry.
Cage.
Yeah, like these characters don't have any chemistry. And then on the flip side, Liu Kang and Katana, like the same thing. Like they barely have any interaction. In this movie.
They're an item. They're a thing.
Yeah. So I mean, there's stuff they can touch on. I think they got a hit. I mean, it's great. It's exactly what you want in a Mortal Kombat movie. However, it's not beating Hokum for me. I'm sorry.
I mean, it's no. It's not beating the Mummy for me. I mean, we obviously lean towards horror with our podcast. This is kind of a fun one because it is a hard R, which I'm happy about. There's scary elements about it, so it totally works. But yeah, it's not going to undo the Mummy for me. We'll wait and see kind of what the next true horror film is going to do.
Well, and we're about to get into Murderer's Row because.
Man, we got a strong couple weeks coming up.
I don't know if our favorites are going to stick through this month because next week we have Obsession, and as much as we try to get away from reviews and this and that, it's impossible not to see everything. I have seen nothing but fantastic shit on Obsession, and I am so excited for it. Then you get Backrooms, you get Passenger, like I mean, you texted
Passenger.
me.
I texted you, today.
Yeah, today you're just like, God damn, this looks good. Just out of nowhere, I was like, you're thinking about Passenger. I'm like, that's basically the extent of what we talk about with this show. But with that, do you have a recommendation for this week?
I do. So I'm going to send it back, guys. The theme this week has been a lot of fun for me. Huge gamer, obviously talking about Mortal Kombat today. I want to recommend, if you guys haven't seen the original, and I mean the original Mortal Kombat film, we're going back to 1995, directed by Paul W.S. Anderson, starring Robin Shou, Lyndon Ashby, Bridget Wilson. God, is it good? I mean, it's
the 90s
really
in a time
movie.
Capsule. That's what it is.
100%. The soundtrack is fantastic. I still listen to it, when I work out. I think I said that last week. But yeah, everything about this movie is cool. It's campy in the best way. The fight scenes in this one are fantastic as well. 1990. I mean, Robin Shou and Hiroyuki Tagawa, Liu Kang versus Shang Tsung, a fantastic fight towards the end. I mean, Liu Kang versus Reptile, Johnny Cage versus Scorpion. I mean, all the fights on this one are super cool. The soundtrack is banging. The movie works, every piece of it. It makes sense. The narrative focus is there. If you guys haven't seen it, jump into Time Capsule, check it out. It's fantastic.
And I'm going to go a different route because, we are in video game week, but I'm looking forward to Obsession and the guys that created it, which I didn't know until like 3 days ago. Apparently they started a YouTube channel and they have a movie. It's free on YouTube. And I'm going to tell you about it because it's a found footage.
Okay.
Okay. It is free on YouTube. It's just an hour long. It's called Milk and Cereal, but cereal is like serial killer, not milk and, Frosted Flakes. And I'm not going to give a ton away because it does take a turn, but I was so entertained on it. It literally, I'm not exaggerating here, was shot for $800.
Let's go.
These guys, they dropped out of film school, and they just decided they want to start making movies on their own. They had a distributor for this movie, and they're just like, why do that? We'll just release it for free on YouTube and get ads and whatnot. So they did that. They are the ones that are doing Obsession. So just you guys can lead it up to it with us. I hope you watch it this week because it's an hour of your time. And basically the premise of this, it's a group of friends that have a prank YouTube show. Like, they just try to outdo each other with pranks. And it's our guy Serial's birthday party. And they pull a prank on him, and things don't go necessarily as planned. And it's all found footage. It's right up your alley for sure. I was thoroughly entertained. Don't expect anything super crazy. It's not big budget ad. It's $800. You and I can make a movie for twice this much, like right now.
I mean, I have something in mind, which I'll talk to you a little bit later about.
Okay. Oh, I'm excited. Oh shit. But yeah, guys, check out those. go watch Mortal Kombat. Go see the clips, for Christ's sake. It's one that I would definitely go back and see in theaters.
It's fun. And
time, sure.
Real quick, I know we're coming up on an hour here, guys, but one thing I was texting you kind of after as I walked out of Mortal Kombat, and I got the sense that, you know, we've had a real banger year for films, kind of going into the end of last year. Project Hail Mary, Avatar: Fire and Ash, Mortal Kombat 2, for me, the Bone Temple for me, the Mummy, and something that just felt really good to me. And I don't know if you've kind of felt this over the last couple of months, but it really feels like they're not afraid to take risks. They're getting less afraid to take risks. And they had that all the way up to about COVID, right? And I have felt since COVID till about 2025, it's the last 5 years, really, it feels like Hollywood's been kind of afraid to take risks, and they've just been playing it safe and making adaptations and making things they know. I have felt like with this and the movies this year that it kind of feels like Hollywood's getting back on track, and that's something that, because this movie was made, it's a popcorn flick. It's not trying to change the world. It's not trying to create a cinematic universe. It's not trying to be like, we're going to appeal to everybody and we're going to go PG-13 and kids are going to, like, they know exactly who they're making this movie for, and it works because of that. And that felt, leaving the theater, that felt really good to me.
Dude, and it was a sequel that came 5 years after the first one, and they didn't miss a beat. Yeah, like the last few movies, I've walked out of the theater very, very happy, very excited to talk about them. Hokum, obviously love that. The Mummy surprised me in the best ways, and this one, I knew exactly what I was going to get out of this one, and I had such a damn good time with it. So. We will see you guys next week for part 2. This time we get the not the worst video game movies, and then we lead right into Obsession. So I cannot wait for the next few that we're going to talk about. Guys, give us your thoughts. Let us know. And otherwise, we will see you and get over here.
Thanks for listening to the Roasted Snow Horror Show. Please follow us on our social media pages and tell your friends,
Pretty please!